I think she's a bad woman, man. Ronda's talked a lot of shit about wrestling. You gotta have some respect there for what we do if you're gonna come back and forth and make the money.
She's young. She doesn't have a family right now. She's definitely committed. I think a lot of the reason why she left, bro, was the house shows. She doesn't need the money.
No.
So she can walk. Like, she can walk. She's not going to be a prisoner to the money.
So, Ronda Rousey to return to the Royal Rumble. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com reported, and Becky Lynch even responded. Now, there were some rumors of last year possibly being Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch. Rousey wanted to, just extend the family and things like that. She's been gone for a few years, actually. But looks like she's got that pro wrestling itch once again, and she wants to get back in the ring. DDP, does Ronda Rousey win the whole thing? Do we see Rousey versus Lynch? And my third question, Paige, is where does this leave Bianca Belair, my man?
Well, for starters, Ronda's talked a lot of shit about wrestling. She talked a lot of smack. Do you remember?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't cool, Ronda. That was not cool. And, Brock, who was the baddest man on the planet at one point in that, cage, he never talked so smack about what we do, because what we do is way harder than what they do physically on the body. That's why a lot of the guys want to jump over, because, what they do, they beat the hell out of their bodies, and the stuff's real. It's real, but we go back and forth from Dan Severn on down, UFC Hall of Famer, respect, Josh Barnett, respect, so you gotta have some respect there for what we do if you're going to come back and forth and make the money. That's the way I just personally feel, because I'm a fan too, and a girl like Becky Lynch, like, she proved she could draw. She probably was like the biggest drawing person at one time. Now, do I think they're money? Hell yeah. Do I think Vince will do it? Hell yeah. Because it's money. And right now, they're good with money, with all the money they're making off. I know, we ain't seeing any of it. All the guys that help put it there, but I'm happy for the guys who are making the money and not having to work as hard as the other guys did.
Sure.
But when it comes down to money, Vince is always going to go with the money, and Ronda, no matter what, is money. It just should have been a little bit more respect on the outlay coming in. I thought Ronda did a hell of a job at that WrestleMania. I thought she kicked ass when she came in, and the run that she got for as inexperienced as she was, So I got a lot of respect for her, but that kind of, got to respect what we do, because nobody's harder on the body than us.
I agree. I agree. Diamond Dallas Page shooting from the hip, and I love it, ladies and gentlemen. Bianca Belair, man, what do you got for her?
I think she's a bad woman, man. I remember seeing her before she'd done anything down at NXT when I went down there and did, my program with everybody. Mm-hmm. And when I saw what an athlete she was, when they put together those packages of her as what she had done as an athlete, she got plenty of time, ain't nothing. If Ronda Rousey wants to step up, the girl's money, and will put eyeballs back on WWE that have nothing to do with wrestling fans. So again, all these things, and Ronda's someone who can come back and forth, almost like her namesake, Roddy Piper, who can come back, and when he leave, go do his thing, come back, he popped, the territory for a bit, then, Roddy had that same thing, and, for different reasons, she has that,
Yeah, Vince. So Paige is making a point of Rousey needed to respect the business a lot more based on the post interviews when she made her exit. With that being said, Vince, it's potential that she's going to win the whole thing, have a title match against Becky Lynch. So that takes away the hardworking, every single week, bust her butt Bianca Belair that pushes her to the side for this type of putting more eyes. Is it worth it, or should you focus more on building the new star in Bianca Belair?
I got to tell you, Chris, I think you really have to be careful because Ronda left. She left before. She did it before. Now, I think a lot of the reason why she left, bro, was the house shows. She was not used to, like Paige said, she'd have her big fight, her and her opponent would kick the crap out of each other. Then she goes away for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Right. She's training. Right. The house show, I think that's what killed her, bro. She was not ready for that. But the fact of the matter is she's already left once before. And I'm telling you, bro, Vince has to keep that in the back of his mind, because if you do it once, bro, you may be able to do it again. So if I'm Vince McMahon, I'm going to go with the safest bet. And I'm telling you, bro, Vince is going to weigh this, because when you look at Becky, bro, Becky got pregnant and Becky left to have a child. Well, what if Becky wants to have a second child? You know what I'm saying? So when you look at all that, Bianca Belair, I mean, looks like the stud and the stallion. She's young. She doesn't have a family right now. She's definitely committed. And I think Vince is going to look at all those things, because she is the future, bro. And even though you got Rousey there and Becky, bro, you got to keep her strong. You've got to keep her strong. She's still a little green. She still has to be built, but you got to keep her strong. And I really think, bro, I think what's going to play into this is who can Vince depend on. I really think he's going to look at that, bro.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Vince. I think the money, from a business standpoint, and both of y'all know because y'all work with Vince, I think he sees the money in Rousey versus Becky Lynch just for the WrestleMania eyes. But honestly, I really think, I agree. I think the safe bet's in Bianca Belair. And if you bring in Rousey, if you bring back in Rousey, I don't have an issue with that. But if you're going to give Ronda Rousey the same money, have Ronda Rousey help build other stars. You're already bringing in the eyes because of Rousey. It's money to me to see heel Rousey versus babyface Bianca Belair. To me, that's where the money is. I wouldn't even mind, to be honest with you, Rousey beating Becky Lynch for the title. And if you want to talk about a shoot feel, if Ronda Rousey is a UFC fighter, so if you think about all the females on the roster right now, the one who as a shoot looks like can go with her toe to toe the most is Bianca Belair. So I think that's where the money is. Thoughts?
I agree. Yep.
Yeah. What do you think, Paige?
I do too. She's a stud.
I agree.
Very early on, and certain people, you can look at somebody and go, that person has it. Yeah. And when she had long hair and all that, she just had something that was special.
Agreed.
Got a long shelf life, man. She's gonna be around.
I agree.
Yeah.
And to that point, what Vince was saying, dependability. She's married to Montez Ford. You know that she's like just locked and heart and soul is in the business. And the dependability factor is there with Bianca Belair.
And, bro, you got to remember, too, with Ronda Rousey, Chris, bro, you got to remember, she doesn't need the money.
No.
So she can walk. She can walk. She's not going to be a prisoner to the money. You got to take all that into consideration, man.
100%. So you might as well use her to your advantage in WWE and have her build someone like a Bianca Belair. 100%.